Hey, good morning from Southern California. So, who is ready to take their puppy out to see new things, go to eat with you and your friends, maybe even going shopping with you? So, who's ready to do that with your puppy? What I'm here to do is to share with you our top 2 tips. So, let's see who's here. Let's see. I don't see anyone joining us yet. So when you join us, let us know where you are tuning in from and what is your pup's name. And if you happen to join us later after the recording, after the live is over, then just hashtag replay and let us know where you are tuning in from and what is your pup's name. So I know, a lot of people here, especially in Southern California, they like to take their dogs with them to different kinds of places. And a lot of times, maybe, going out to eat with friends, outdoors, in the cafes, maybe a coffee, going shopping with them. And sometimes, like the outdoor festivals or the uh, like Sunday morning, um, oh my gosh, I'm blanking right now, but places that you want to go with your dog. A lot of times outdoors because we're in Southern California and the weather's pretty nice all year round. So here are our top 2 tips, but I'm going to first introduce myself. So my name is Linda Kwan, and I am the owner and trainer at WowBowWow. So we specialize in working with pet parents with young dogs, like puppies up to about 2 years old. And we help the pet parents understand their dog so training becomes easier. So the reasons I really like pet parents thinking about taking their dog to new environments are twofold. And one is, I know you heard the words probably socialization and things like that. So getting them used to and comfortable with new things, right? So that includes new places with new smells and new sights and new even textures to walk on and things like that. And the second part of why I like pet parents to take their dogs out to new places is, you know what? Once you start teaching them like the basic foundational cues at home, that doesn't always translate well when you're not doing it at home, when you're doing it at other places. So going to these new places is a great place and time to practice those basic foundational cues, like sit and coming to you, like, recall coming to you and sitting and waiting at doorways, things like that. So that those are the 2 reasons I really like to have pet parents come out with their dogs into new locations. So the first tip that I want to share is that when you decide to start this, do it as a special trip with your dog or puppy. Don't go out the day that you are actually going to meet someone to have lunch, right? Does that make sense? And so when you're planning this, make sure you go at a time when that location is not so busy. Because that first trip can be very overwhelming for the dog anyway. But, having all these commotions and all this movement can be just too much for your dog. So plan it at a time of day when you think that place that you're going to take your dog to is going to be relatively quiet, right, with minimal customers and or visitors. So on that first trip, let your dog just kind of observe and keep it short, maybe 15, 20 minutes. And even from the car to that location, you may have to wait for your dog to kind of calm down if your dog is like really worried. So that first trip may be even a short trip, but that's okay. Now, the second tip I want to share with you is when you bring home a new puppy, and I know people are worried about, their dog getting sick and not and plan not to go out to new environments until they're fully vaccinated. But the issue is that their socialization period where they, are most receptive and easier to introduce them to new places is during that first 3 to about 16 weeks, and which is the time frame when you're finishing up your vaccines. So I recommend you take them, after the second vaccine, but not put them on the ground when you're taking them. Either carrying them if you can, or putting them in a cart or a backpack. That there are those backpacks for the dogs, front and back, actually. But taking them out earlier than after the vaccines are done is a good idea. So I hope all of this was helpful. Who's here? Who's here with a puppy? How long have you had a puppy? Have you started taking them out? And if so, where have you taken them out? So let me know, share with me any trips you've had and what kind of experience that you had, whether it was great or you saw some issues, maybe I can help you for the next time. So in our programs, I do include like group field trips as part of one of the features that I have in our programs, because I really believe, because of those two reasons, helping your dog get much more comfortable in our world, right? And then second of all, being able to practice the things that you've been working on at home, the cues in new locations, because going from home to new locations, that it doesn't always translate. I'm telling you, it doesn't always translate. So to practice in these new locations, the cues that you've been working on at home is very helpful. All right. So if no one else is joining me, I don't think anyone else is joining me. Let's see here. No, I don't see anyone. So if you want to know more about our group field trips, DM me or make write a comment below, and then I will also share in the comments afterwards our socialization checklist, because today I'm talking about taking them to new environments, but there's lots of other things that you should really consider introducing your dog to. So you know what, you want a confident dog, you want a well-adjusted dog. I'm sure you do. So let me help you get to that point. All right. Have a great Saturday. And I have to get going. Yes, I have to get going. It's about 10 minutes till I have to get going to our group field trip. Today's group field trip is at a coffee shop. So we're going to probably go practice, depending on who's coming, I'm going to go practice settling next to you at the coffee shop. All right. Have a great Saturday.